Hi, everyone. Welcome to Left Undone Incomplete Investigations. I'm Kathy. Let me turn my music off. All right. So welcome to Saturday live stream. Oh my gosh. Is this like 6 Saturdays in a row? But hi, Ruby. I actually, next week, Ruby, we're going to get you backstage, but we just now figured out how to put a mod backstage. So you guys, if you want to share, Lori's backstage. So if the comments go up, she's in charge of that right now. Although I will too, if I see one that she doesn't see or that I want to answer. So welcome to Left Undone Incomplete Investigations, Saturday live stream. Everyone is coming in the door. We are on a roll with our Saturday lives. I'm really glad. Audio, everybody okay? All right, cool. Let me know if you're not. So last week, we spent the entire show on the Brittany case. And if you're watching the replay, please, thank you so much for being here, replay crew. And also anybody that has anything that they want to add, if you know something that I don't know about the case, let me know. I know that we have had people that are involved with the case kind of leave some messages and comments. So that's really good. They can straighten us out. So if you're not familiar with the Brittany Shank case, I'll just go over a little bit of it. But she was from Sturgis, Michigan, and she's been missing since 2018. She vanished. She left her grandmother's house after doing laundry. She was with a guy that nobody can figure out who he is still to this day. So super suspicious, because if you were just a regular guy with her, you would have came forward, right? So this person has not come forward for whatever reason. So I don't know about you guys, but there's a podcast that I'm listening to, and that's how I got hooked on this case, thanks to our mod over there, Lori Day, and it's called Hide and Seek, and it's season 3. It's a long podcast. I'm on episode 28 right now. So that's one thing. Let's see. Perfect. Here's somebody right here. Hey, Ruby, familiar with the case, close friends with Britt's mom, Jess. So if you have any questions, hopefully I can possibly help. Thank you. Awesome. I love that. That's what I need, because I know we initially got a little bit of details wrong. So thank you so much, Em, for being here. I really appreciate it. And I noticed that Jessica had commented a couple times on my, hi, Jess Sage. Jessica had commented a couple times on my my community, well, under the video. God. So and she kind of straightened us out about a couple things about the 911 calls. So just as you know, Brittany left her grandma's house with this dude, and last time she was seen, she ran to a guy named John's house, an elderly gentleman who is elderly, uses a walker, on dialysis, and he got her a sweatshirt when she showed up. He said her feet were bloody, and he called 911, or they called 911 together. I got to take my earpods out. They just died. And now they just sound like fog. Put them away. Hopefully my audio doesn't get messed up. Okay. So let me double check real quick, you guys. I just want to make sure oh, sorry, Lori. I didn't even see it. I got to pay attention. I'm going to slow down on my normal pop up. So I thank you for putting that up when I didn't see it, and then I removed it. I clicked on it twice. That's why it popped down and popped back up. But thank you, Em. So we're going to get used to this, having a backstage person. I've been a one-woman crew, and so I'm probably going to override her sometimes when I shouldn't be. So, yes, and so anyway, she straightened us out a little bit about the 911 calls. And so back to Brittany, just to give you the little bit of background, because we did talk about this all last Saturday. So I'm not going to go all the way back into it. If you didn't see last Saturday's live stream, you can go back and watch it, the replay, please, to catch up with this case. So I know that my Saturdays aren't getting the attention they used to, because I haven't been super consistent with my Saturdays, but I do plan on being here every Saturday as much as possible. So let everybody know that my Saturday lives are completely back. And we will follow a lot of cases on Saturdays as well. And of course, we still have the Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell case, which, by the way, before I get back to Brittany, Afterglow will be dropped today. Season 3, episode 1 of Afterglow, Unveiling the Idaho Cult, is ready to go. So I'm going to drop it today. So it should be right here this late afternoon, early evening. I'm planning on dropping them at least every Sunday, but I'm ahead because I took forever to work on it. So that's coming. And that, if you don't know, is regarding Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell case. And it is the deepest dive anybody has done. Afterglow, Unveiling the Idaho Cult. Deepest dive anybody's done. Nobody's done this deep dive that I have done. Every little interview, and all in chronological order too, so you can help you understand the case. Okay, so hi Stephanie. So back to Brittany. So Brittany and this gentleman, guy, dude, whatever you want to call him, who nobody recognized or could really know who he was for a fact, did go. Yeah. Yes. Also, she says, if anyone is interested in what's going on with Britt's case, you can listen to the podcast. It's called Hide and Seek. And I am on episode 28. I've been binging it when I'm driving my car. I had a doctor appointment yesterday. When I'm home, that's probably why my earpods are dead, because I've been listening to it as much as I can nonstop. And it's really interesting. So Brittany got out of her car. Somehow they were in a small car accident. She ran to this guy's house, asked him to call 911. Now, her mom, Jessica, did straighten us out on the 911 calls. There was 3. The first one was at 8:50 p.m. I wrote this down so I could get it right. 8:50 p.m. And the second one was from John. And then the second one was at 6 minutes later at 8:56 p.m. And then there is a call at 9:22. So about almost a half hour later, the third call. So that's okay. So the podcast is really interesting. I got a little bit like I don't remember what episode it was. The 2 lie detector test podcast episodes, 20 something, were really interesting because Brittany's mom takes a lie detector test, and so does Ashley. Now, if you're not listening at this, Ashley has tried to make this the Ashley show. Ashley has also commented on my Facebook, and Ashley's a piece of work. And Ashley is very suspicious. Now, I don't know if Ashley was involved, or she knows what's involved, or she just wants to be part of everything. But Ashley has done damage to this case because she's sent everybody down these rabbit holes and naming people that didn't even know Brittany, according to the podcast. And James Basinger does a really good job of digging these people up, interviewing them, talking to them, and being like, oh, they're like, dude, I've never even met the girl, or I saw her once, or I met her once, or I don't know, I don't know that person. But Ashley is involved with all these people. So I'm a little bit sus on Ashley. I try to be nice to Ashley because she's definitely playing victim. Don't you guys agree that are listening to this? Hi, Gayla. Hide and Seek podcast with James Basinger, and he has a producer, Sarah, who helps a lot with the research and stuff. They did really good. They did a really good job, a really deep dive. This is his 3rd season. James has quit his day job to do full-time podcasting, which I think is amazing. That's awesome. Too bad I can't do the same, but I'm not digging in. I'm not going to the criminals' houses and stuff. That just isn't going to happen. Yeah. Ashley, let me find this. So Ashley basically plays victim, and she pops in everywhere. She yells at everybody, telling them that she's being the villain, and then she's all mad at James and Sarah, and she's just literally a piece of work. Hold on one second. I got to get to it. Where might it be? So Ashley says, and I don't want to make this about the Ashley show, but Ashley, in my opinion, is kind of the main person to be going, what is she up to? She went into accounts. She stole Jessica's account from her Facebook admin account, kicked Jessica out on this Facebook group. And Jessica's Brittany's mom. And she also took over. She's gone into Brittany's Facebook. She's like, everybody told me to go into the Facebook and find the info because I'm really good at this. Apparently, she thinks she's a hacker or something. But he says everybody might be going backwards. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Here she is. This is what she says to me, just to let you know. Well, to me. Well, allow me, oh my gosh, my voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the one and only Ashley Marie. The one they have chosen to put on a pedestal as the number one bad guy, murdering drug lord hacker extraordinaire, who's somehow smart enough to outwit law enforcement for 5 years, continually staying in contact with them and working with them. The one they have targeted the most disgusting, unethical, immoral way possible. The one that they have decided is going to take the fall and stop at nothing to see it happen. They encourage reckless speculation and allow people to run rampant with misinformation and outright lies when it comes anything to me. They have curated their discussion group by removing and blocking everyone who questions their motives. Anyone who doesn't 100% agree with and support what they're doing to me, anyone who even slightly doubts Jessica, anyone who simply likes any posts of mine or shows any support for me in any capacity. They have gone so far out of their way that they encourage locals to protest outside the county jail arrest. When they didn't work, they intimidated the sheriff with hundreds of letters urging them to arrest me. Both incidents, they cited whatever MCL codes Sarah Jo told them I was guilty of. It doesn't seem to matter to any of the brain dead pod people like Allie Kyle, president of my fan club, apparently, that they aren't true or accurate. They have curated a very dangerous situation for me by misrepresenting every single bit of information I've shared and have edited the shit out of my interviews to make sure to paint the picture of me they want everyone to see. They disguise voices and change names to protect the privacy of people except for me. They've put my address out there, my phone number. I've received death threats. I've gained a stalker or two. I'm constantly harassed by locals and strangers from all over the world, literally. Law enforcement has now begun taking special precautions to ensure James is no longer able to get his hands on anything now new because he has effed shit up so badly. Enjoy, she says. And she says, if the truth is what you're listening for, consider yourself warned. Hold on, I mute. My son's calling and he keeps calling. I'll be right back. You know, like the millennials and younger, whatever you guys' generation is, they don't leave voicemails. They just keep calling and calling. They do it to me at work too. And I'm like, I'm on a call. I'm in a meeting. Anyway, so she says that Ashley says, if the truth is what you're listening for, consider yourself warned. You get further from it with each episode. And then Allie, who has been great and really, you know, just cheerleading this on to get this case solved for Brittany, she says, once you get through all the episodes, I'm sure you'll form your own opinion and will gain a better understanding and have more clarity. You will definitely have a lot of questions too. You might be intrigued by what happened to Brittany's gas receipt from the evening she was last seen. I have been in communication with law enforcement and I know that I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not defaming anyone. I know the difference between slander and libel. I chalk to spread awareness. Oh, she puts chalk. It's kind of cool. She chalks the ground and everything. I chalk to spread awareness for Brittany Wallace Shank. Don't let anyone intimidate you, Kathy. Thank you again for bringing awareness to Brittany and her true loved ones. So Ashley, I mean, if Ashley sounds super defensive. I even posted back. I'm like, you sound so defensive, but Ashley doesn't do herself any favors by continuing to throw herself into this and defending herself and playing victim. She does tell different stories. She has pointed fingers at people that are like, what? Me? She has, I'm only on 28, right? I'm only on episode 28 on Hide and Seek, season 3, with James Basinger, the one we're talking about. But it's really bizarre. And you do, Emily, you do leave voicemail sometimes. Thank you. My kids, I swear they don't. They just keep ringing my call and so my patients. I'm an RN case manager for high-risk pregnancy, so my patients are like in that age group. The generation below me group. So, okay, Donna, Allie only started this because her future father-in-law was mentioned. Well, I mean, we only started it because we came across a podcast. So, and so far from what I've seen of Allie, I don't see any issues with her like I do with Ashley. If I were to give Ashley some advice, I'd be like, zip it. First of all, there's plenty of people in this world that are not guilty that get found guilty in a court of law. And you know why? Because they do stupid shit too. They don't get a lawyer. They open their mouth. They blah, 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 blah. They all go, they get themselves, they put their own foots in their mouths by talking and doing things and going in and hacking computers and pointing fingers and deleting stuff. A jury looking at that, everything that I've seen so far, a jury very possibly could say, yeah, Ashley did it. Look at what she's done. I mean, look at the West case, they didn't get a lawyer. There's not any real solid evidence. It's all hearsay and behavior and how they acted at a press conference and their kids saying something that could be made up, who knows, or not. But people get convicted every day that aren't guilty. So Ashley has already caused a lot of trouble for her own self, and she doesn't realize it. She's blaming James, but yeah. Yes. Sorry. So anyway, she's got her own self in her own try. She's put her own foot in her mouth, and the only person that can get it out is her. And really, honestly, she probably just needs to zip it. Now, she's all up in this podcast because she did all these interviews and she started thinking she was big help. But the bottom line in this case, as much drama is involved, the bottom line is they need to find Brittany. Her family, her mom, her family is very, is what's important. Her poor dad, when I listened to his interview, it broke my heart. I'm sure, right, Ruby, they have to be going through hell. And again, aside from the drama and aside from, the sidewalk chalk, whatever, the bottom line is Brittany needs to be found. Her family needs to start the closure process, and somebody needs to be held responsible for what happened to her. I'm thinking they're leaning towards it being a homicide because they never found her. We're going on 5 years in November. And I'm thinking that something's going to come of this at some point. And, the thing is like people want to bash the podcaster. And the thing is you guys, this podcast own backyard, Up and Vanished. A lot of these cases, podcasters do a really good job of bringing awareness to some of these cold cases, like Your Own Backyard. Paul Flores was arrested, and we're talking like, what, 20 plus years later, and prosecuted and found guilty. And he would have been still walking around if they didn't do the podcast. So, and so aside from that, my job here to have this channel, again, most of my people follow me because of the Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell case, but there's certain cases that I sort of just like, they call me. And this is one. I can put myself a little bit in the shoes. I mean, it doesn't matter about people having drug problems, addiction, family dynamics. None of that really matters when somebody's missing. They deserve to be found. They deserve to be found. And that's the bottom line. Now, these people, there's a shady group of people. I'm not going to say it's not. There's a lot of meth, and that, I think a lot of that can cause people's memory to be really jacked up. As a nurse, I know you really are, it fries your brain for real. It does. So a lot of the interviews and stuff are probably just like, wait, what? Crazy. Like, wait, what? I don't remember, or I don't know, or I could have been there. You got to attribute that a lot of the drugs happening. And a lot of these guys that have been interviewed have been in and out of jail. So there's a lot of shady people involved, but a lot of them, when James interviews them, I just get the sense a lot of them are like telling the truth and they're not involved, but somebody's involved. Clearly, more than one person, I would say, knows what happened. And you guys got some drama going on in my chat over there. So please be kind in the chat, everyone. You can express your opinions and talk, but I just would like everybody to be kind to each other in the chat. Who was Brittany's best female friend? Well, Ashley says she was her best friend, but I don't believe they've known each other a long, long time. And I'm not sure how close they were. Does anybody know how long Ashley and Brittany were friends for? And they also, the other thing that I notice is there's a lot of like one guy that dates this guy that dates her, or they sleep together and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of that goes on here too. Let's see. No, you guys are fine. I just see some people kind of like getting a little feisty in the chat. James is the only one that's been able to bring awareness. And I agree with you. And that's the thing. There's a lot of these cases that if a podcaster doesn't get involved, they just sit. A case just sits, Law enforcement doesn't necessarily have the manpower in a lot of smaller towns and areas to do this kind of investigation, this down and dirty, go to people. And also podcasters have a little bit more leeway when it comes like that. Kathy Barilla, we are talking about Brittany Shank Wallace case. And she is missing for almost 5 years. She was 23 at the time. She's a mother of 4. A lot of really weird family dynamics. There's a lot of finger pointing. Her friend Ashley was pointing the finger at Brittany's mom, Jessica. But the podcaster seems to really be pointing their finger at Ashley. But he really, I give James credit. He really tried with Ashley. Like, he tried to get her to talk the truth and stick to the story and give the right details. And so only since the summer before. Okay, so they weren't super close friends because that was November. So July, months. Thank you. law enforcement has kind of turned the other cheek because Britt didn't have a cookie cutter past. Right. And that's the other thing. That's why I'm like, people with shady friends and past and drugs and all this stuff, they do get pushed aside a little more than like he brought up the Gabby Petito case. So Donna says, Ashley only says the mom knows more than what she is saying. But I don't want to spoiler alert, but just past the lie detector test with flying colors, and Ashley failed it miserably. Now, I know that, lie detector tests are not admissible in court because they can be really wrong. So that's something there. But they were both really nervous. You could tell they were both really nervous taking it. So it wasn't nerves that caused one to pass and one to fail. But yeah, as a mother, we all make mistakes and we do stupid stuff, and nobody's perfect as a mother. But your child is your child. And as an adult, it doesn't make sense to me that Jessica, even though they dated the same guy sometimes, which is weird, I will say, I can't imagine, but my mom, and I are not like that kind of, she's not cool anyway. Anyway, like what I'm saying. But it's Sturgis, Kathy, it's Sturgis, Michigan. And I think that as a mother, I get the vibe from Jessica that she knows she's screwed up from time to time, raising her kids and having her own issues. But I just get the sense that she really, really cares about finding Brittany. And I don't get the sense that she knows more or that she's involved. I just don't. But I could be wrong. This is just me talking. You guys are all welcome to, yes, the polygraph guy that James hired. Right. And so, we can go conspiracy theory on that. We can go, okay, James said, dude, I'm hiring you. You're an actor. What if, let's just do this. What if that guy wasn't a real lie detector dude? What if James hired him? Now, I'm not saying this happened, and I'm not pointing fingers, but we could go conspiracy theory on this. What if James hired him, said, pass Jess and fail Ashley because it's making a really good show? But so, it's making a good show. But I don't get that sense from James either, that he's there just for the show. He did 2 other cases before this. So that message, yes, Angela, that message she left Brittany was really bad. It was bad. She sounded like a horrible mother in that message. But as I've moved on in the podcast, I've been like, maybe not so. It was bad, but not to the point that you're going to murder your child. Bad. That makes sense. And if anybody that's related to the case, I just put my email up. Anybody that's related to the case wants to send me an email for me to say anything they'd like me to say about it on the next time I do my live, go for it. Let me know. Because I know some of you here, like Em and Ellie and people, and Donna sounds like she's very, knows the people on the case and stuff. But if any of you want to tell me any more details that you'd like me to talk about, please email leftundoneofficial@gmail.com. Let's see what Donna. Oh, there was a whole news story where he even got a confession in one of the first 2 cases. What is hard to find is where the guy recanted. In the other case, I haven't listened to his other cases, so that definitely. 5 years missing, too long to be expected to be alive. Yeah. I mean, I don't expect her to, honestly, as sad as it is, I don't expect her to be alive. Oh, and then this was really weird. When I put up my first live stream for this case a couple of days before last Saturday, Somebody got in the live stream chat right off that. Then they came back and they deleted it. But they said, Brittany's not dead. She's just hiding from her mother. I don't know who that person was. They came, they put it, they came back and they deleted it. So who's doing that kind of damage control? Right. Yes, we're all new and learning about this complicated case, and it's hard to get everything right at first. Right. And in some ways I think, oh God, I shouldn't have started following until I listened to the whole podcast, because more and more stuff is going to come. I'm super intrigued about this gas receipt. Apparently, the night that Brittany disappeared, there's a gas receipt that was in Ashley's possession. And I guess it was used by Brittany's debit card that night. And it was like 11 o'clock or something like that. It was like 11 p.m. that night. So, right. And Jess was very upset because Brittany went ahead and let her kids go into the system and be adopted. And she gave up her children. And I think Jess was really upset about that. She explains that over and over again, that she was really mad at Brittany for not just stepping up and being a mom, but just letting her kids, Brittany's 4 little kids, but 23 and having 4 kids and having your own issues. Like, oh my God, those kids actually at this point, I'm sure they're better off, unfortunately, because Brittany didn't have it together at this point in her life at all, And you hang out with shady people, shady stuff can happen. Brittany clearly was afraid. When she ran to that John's house, she was afraid of something. And then the other kid saw her. You guys got to listen to the podcast because it was 6 p.m., Donna. I have a copy of that. I thought I saw a different time on that. Are we talking about the gas receipt? Where is it? I'm looking for the gas receipt. A screenshot of it somewhere. Where is it? I should have had it up on my screen. I'm going back. I take too many screenshots. I got so many screenshots. Oh, here it is. $20, Sturgis, Michigan, pre-authorization. Welcome to Sturgis Petroleum. Where's the time? Pre-authorization. Oh, no signature needed. I can't see the time. Start time doesn't look like a real time. 18/11/28. Do I have a better copy? Has anybody got the time that showed up on the gas receipt? It looks very blurry. Time, I see 181128. I can't see it good enough on my screenshot, the time, but okay, 6/11 on the gas receipt. Thank you. That's what it is. Okay, 18/11. That's what it is. Well, I was like, okay, that's 18/11. So it's okay, 6. So it wasn't after she disappeared. It was before she disappeared. But so Brittany put the gas in her car then, and then why? I'm not at the part where how did Ashley get a hold of that gas receipt? Where did she get it from? So, okay. Thank you, Donna. 18/11 is 6/11. Yeah. 1800 is 6 p.m. The other number with the 8 is the store number. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. So, and I might not be there yet. maybe this gets explained about the gas receipt. But I did notice that Allie is asking a lot about this gas receipt. So there's something to this gas receipt. After it was stolen. They were Greg's grandbabies too, and he even knew that Brittany was planning on giving her children up. Yeah, but dads are just different, don't you think? I mean, not all of them, but some of them. It's just they don't have. I'm an OB nurse. I've been an OB nurse for 21 years, labor and delivery for 14, high risk OB case management, did some hospice, and mothers. I mean, dads have a paternal. They love their children very much, but there's still a difference between a maternal and a paternal relationship. So, especially with grandchildren, like my ex-husband is not as close to our grandchildren as I am. Like he just isn't. I don't know why. He has Christmas presents and stuff, but he doesn't call them and FaceTime them and all that stuff like I do. So, it's still in question. Okay. Thank you, Em. So Ashley gets from JJ's trash bags. JJ's. Oh, see, Ruby's ahead of us. Ashley gets the gas receipt from Who's JJ? I have got to keep listening today because this is just bizarre. But the biggest thing with this case, yeah, I'm going to. Don't worry. It's right here, ready to go. I'll listen. I'm going to listen to it all weekend. I hope I get caught all the way up because wasn't there another episode dropped on Friday? So I'm going to drop my podcast today, and then I'm going to go back to listening to this. Oh, so Ashley says that. I will. I'm not going to not listen. I'm going to keep following this case too. And I think, I'm going to go to CrimeCon this year. It's in May. So obviously we'll keep talking about the case on my channel. You want to come in, Em? I can let you in. I can put you want to come in and be on the show? You don't have to turn your camera on if you don't want. I can put it in. I can put you in. I can give you a link. I can invite you. Let me know. You can? Okay. Let me invite you. You can come in and talk to us. Awesome. Okay, hold on. Invite. Lori, do you see? Oh, it's at the bottom. Okay, hold on. Invite. Okay, I'm going to put this in. And then you just click on it and you can come in, and then I'll put you up on the screen with me and you can talk to us. My earpods are charged yet because sometimes there's an echo. Yeah, you can audio. You can just do audio or video, whatever you want. Okay, here's the link, and you will come into the StreamYard. Hi, Christian. And then I will pop you up. You can see backstage. I got Lori running the thing back there. She's not on the screen. And then I will put you up as well. Let me see if I want to see if my earpods got up because it's easier when there's no echo in my microphone. My earpod, I think I need to get new earpods. They keep dying, not working. We should be okay. We'll see. So that's awesome. I appreciate you coming in too. So when I see her come in down here, we'll pop her up on the screen and she can talk to us all. Well, if there's an echo, let me know when she comes in and I'll mute myself while she's speaking, so that we don't hear the echo, because I hate not having my earpods in. I'm going to just go get new ones, I think, because these are just acting up. You know what? It was the last update. Did she get the link? Let me know if there's any problem with her getting the link. I'm waiting. We'll see what happens. So yeah, so this case, I feel like I maybe shouldn't have started covering it until I was all the way caught up. But then at the same time, we can all learn about it together. And it's nice to have people that are actually really familiar with the case pop in the chat. I appreciate that very much. And we'll see. I'm curious to see what happens with this in the end. I feel like it's going to get solved. I don't know why. I just have that sense that something's going to happen here and it's going to get solved. Oh, Emily Baker has jewelry encrusted. I don't make enough money to buy jewelry encrusted AirPods. That's funny. My mom is doing good. Thank you, Kathy. She's doing good. She's mad at me because she got a call when I was gone about her medicine yesterday, and my son is here and he handled it. But then she's like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And I'm like, yes, he did. He told me. So anyway, she got mad and went in a room and slammed the door. Kathy, what is this podcast? Hi, Jess. It's called Hide and Seek, and it is a podcast, on Apple, Spotify, everything. It's season 3, and it's about a girl, Brittany Shank Wallace, who went missing. And she went missing from Sturgis, Michigan, almost 5 years ago. There's so much stuff and drama. But one of the people that is being basically called out started out in the podcast as being super helpful, but now she's pointed fingers at tons of other people. There's a lot of suspicious stuff going on. She's really mad. She's left messages on my Facebook. And we're all on different episodes of it, but I'm on 28, I think. Ruby's on 29, and there's up to 40 something, right? So we're jamming in the week with everything else going on, but we're not caught up all the way. And then some of us, like Lori Day, I think she went and restarted, and PLM went and restarted, and we're trying to keep track of the names because Allie had said, keep track of the names. So we're like putting them in alphabetical order. PLM has been really good about getting them all on there. And we're like, wait. And then all these people in this podcast have nicknames and names and last names, and they call them different things. And it's like, whoa, what? So I don't see M yet. We'll see. Oh, she's still working. Okay. I see one more. Was not Ashley's friend. Who was not Ashley's friend? Let's see. Donna was not Ashley's friend. What? Okay. Oh, I see. This one. Okay. Brenda was Ashley's friend or second mom. See how this whole case has went. Brenda was not Ashley's friend or second mom. Oh, okay. Because that's what they did say in that too. Interesting. Yeah, Jess, you should go listen to it and get caught up with us because we are all invested and we want, hopefully, to get some good results from this and spread the word and get more people to know about the case and spread awareness. And hopefully Brittany will be found and her family can, start the healing process. Names and nicknames, I know. Names and last names and nicknames. And we're like, what, wait, what? Who? There's all kinds of names and nicknames. So it's definitely true. While we're waiting for M to pop in, did you guys follow the missing family that took off thinking it was the end of times in Arizona, flew to Idaho, crossed the Canadian border, decided that they needed to take the 16-year-old son. They tricked him into going. Interesting, but did end well. And they were found. And the mom and the uncle were taken into custody. And Blaze is safe. Because it was a really, really, really like a flashback of Lori Vallow. Like scary, They finally found the son. Yay, they found him. Nate Eaton posted last night. There was some news things. They did get him. And they went to Canada, though. They got over the border, but they were planning on going to Alaska, but they're not wilderness people. Like, how in the heck were they planning on living in Alaska with that? Like, unbelievable. Thank God they got the boy back, though. But doesn't that mom have same name as a Lori relative? The mom's name is Spring. Spring. And mom and uncle are in custody. Yeah. Right? Craziness. Oh, yes. And Nightbot's putting up the Check Afterglow podcast, very deep dive on the Valadable case. So if you're not listening to my podcast, all the episodes are also here on YouTube as well as on Amazon. All of it. Spotify, iTunes, everything. It's on everything. And if you guys could, if you do listen, if you could just give it 5 stars and rate it, that would be great, because it's not getting suggested by the podcast platform yet. So hopefully we're going on season 3. Oh yeah, this one did follow Julie Rowe too, Jessica. Yeah, for sure. Hi, Moonlight View. How are you? Yes, good to see you guys all dropping in. Nice to see you on this Saturday. I don't know how your weather is, but mine is gorgeous. Let's see what. Since I'm kind of waiting to see if Em shows up here. We're going to bring her on. Would be awesome. And let's see. Let's talk about the weather for a second. So today it will be 83. It's currently 77. So it's gorgeous. This is why I live in the desert for this time of year. It's so nice. That's why a lot of people come and live here for the winter, the snowbirds, and a lot of people from Canada come and live out here in the Southern California desert, like Palm Desert, La Quinta, all that stuff. So one was said to be a scribe for Julie Rowe. Who was that? The mom? Hi, Mama D. How are you? Let's see. I'm looking out. Your high will be 71. Yeah, you're over there. Is it sunny? Is it sunny over there, Lori? Lori's more on the ocean side of the state, the coastal side. Sunny and breezy in Georgia. Thank you. Nice. Raining in the UK. Is that unusual? Not unusual, right? You guys get a lot of rain, but I bet is it very green there? I've never been. I think it was the mom. Okay. I believe you can. Yes. Lori. Yeah. On private chat. There's a private chat right there. Sorry, Lori's asked me. Can you see that? Is she not in? Because I don't think she can see the private chat until she gets in. Is she having a problem getting in? I'm wondering. Lori's working to help M come on in. Just has to hit that link, and it should pop her right in. She doesn't have to download anything to get in. Let's see. Okay. Donna Gillen, sorry, I meant to say BWS, second mom. Oh, and JJ and Eric's bio mom. Is that correct? Okay. So, so that was crazy, that missing in Idaho craziness again. I have no idea whose mom she is, but I know she was never considered Ashley's second mom. Ashley's second mom or Brittany's? Ashley's second mom or Brittany's? I'm lost on that one. I don't know. So other than that, I don't know if she's going to get her. If she's going to get in, we'll find out. If not, we can try again. We can even do maybe a Monday night. Oh, Brittany's. That's what I thought you meant. Okay. We can maybe even do a Monday night panel if anybody wants to kind of knows the case well. If anybody wants to come in, we can do a Monday night for me, Monday, it would be like, if you're in the, Michigan's in the Eastern time, right? So maybe like 6:00 Pacific time would be 9:00 over there. If anybody wants to do that, let me know. Again, my email's up there, so you guys can email me when we're done with the show. And if anybody would like to come in, we can do a Monday night panel, and I can let y'all come in and talk about it, as long as everybody's nice. Oh, I see. Okay. It's not over. Crazy kidnapping of Arizona teen in Alaska. That mom and uncle and sister are still in the crazy train. Oh, yeah. Crazy train. But they are in custody, right? Thank God that dad moved quick, and got that emergency custody order right away. Thank goodness. Well, Ruby, if y'all cannot get the names straight, then you're going to just make things worse. I don't think we're making anything worse. We'll get it. There's so many names. Like, you want to give us a flow sheet? There's so many names, but the main name that we need to know is Brittany, Brittany's mom, Brittany's dad, and clearly right now, Ashley, Brittany's husband, Brittany's boyfriend, and who the heck maybe that mysterious guy is. And then a lot of it in the podcast are this person and that person and this person, and throwing names out there, and Chuck and this person and that person. And then Ashley says Chuck was the guy in the Cadillac, and then they interview Chuck. Like, honestly, if I can say something about the podcast that has made it worse, is Ashley, and all of her name dropping has made it just turn into so many crazy names. Like, people that don't even count, people that never even met Brittany. Why are you dropping those names, that don't even know anything? Like, all the name dropping, all that name dropping all came from Ashley. It did not come from anybody else. She inserted herself in the investigation, which doesn't look good when there's so many lies and so many rabbit holes going this way and that way. And it is just really difficult to follow. But a lot of that, I just blame Ashley for that. I don't know Ashley, but I do know that her story is inconsistent, that she plays victim, that she's inserted herself in an investigation like people do. A lot of the people that are responsible for crimes insert themselves in the investigation. And then she did hook up with Chuck. And then Chuck was like, I don't know, why? She threw his name out there and then went hooked up with him. I don't know. If you were in the pod group, there is a sheet. Okay, cool. So yeah, all the names were given to Ashley. From who? Who gave Ashley these names? Because I hear on the interviews, Ashley's going, this person, and then James is like, whoa, wait, who? Say that again? Who is that? Who is this? Who gave Ashley the names? See, that's confusing me. Yeah, we're doing our best. It's a lot. It's a complicated case because there's so many people involved. I mean, literally, what PLM, like in the first episode, there was like 40 names in the first 3. By the first 3 episodes, there were 40 names thrown out there. And Allie said, do yourself a favor, kind of start writing down the names and stuff, because there's names and there's nicknames and there's last names and this person and that person. It would be interesting to rewrite the whole podcast without Ashley or use her as a minor character. True, because it might be able to get rid of a lot of the confusion. Like, just do it again and leave anything and everything she says out, right? I can tell you personally, I have messages from when Brittany first went missing from people I don't know. What are these messages? Well, they are messages stating different things. Donna, how do you know all these people? Are you local? And then her own meth rattled brain. Well, yeah, and that's again, you guys, meth is. You know how many people have drug-induced schizophrenia? I mean, they're barely paranoid, and they wind up in institutions or homeless on the street with meth-induced or other drug-induced schizophrenia. It freaking fries your brain. And there's a huge epidemic of people that have been meth users that now have paranoid schizophrenia, and it's caused from the part of the brain that it destroys. So, once you start that crap, your brain will keep telling you that that's the most important thing to you, and it lies to you, and it just it's just awful. It's just awful. The drug epidemic is terrible, and yeah, yay, I feel good. Oh, yay, now my brain's fried. So, you went to school with Greg and his brothers. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Greg and his brothers. The dad. Ashley told James in the beginning that it was just stuff she heard. But it seems like no one's telling the truth. There's a lot of really sketchy interviews, huh? And like the one I just listened to, I think in episode 28, with the guy that was just listening to that one yesterday. And then he's like, I was moving. I was helping my sister move or something, or family member, cousin. And then he's like, okay, James is like, well, can I talk to that person? And she's really busy, So that was weird. Definitely weird. Oh, private chat. What's this? I don't know, Lori. I think she has to be in here. It's all really sad. Ashley had kids also. I believe one passed. She did mention that. That's awful. That's so. She did mention she lost one of her kids, and I did write back on that one and tell her I can't imagine. It's heartbreaking. Nobody wants to lose their kid. I can't imagine. One passed away right after being taken from her. My heart breaks for that. Right. That is, and people can fix themselves too, therapy, meds, I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, yeah, your brain can go too far down the road, but Ashley even says she wasn't really into drugs very long. Like that was new for her. She also points out that she has Asperger's, which could be part of her problem of saying too much, possibly. So she does, and I really think she genuinely gets very upset. I think her tears and her upsetness when she's talking to people are genuine. So I think that, let's see, what time is it? 11:43. We are about an hour in. I was waiting for Em to maybe get in, but maybe she can't. If not, we can schedule another live stream at her convenience, or whatever works for everyone. Me, her. That would be great. Her son has a medical issue, so they have to talk about her son. Who's talking about her son? I'm talking about Ashley, and it's sad to have lost her kid. What are you talking about? Oh, I see what you're saying. No, losing your child is not karma. That's awful. That's a terrible thing to say. I agree with you completely on that. What do you think is the Occam's razor solution to Brittany's disappearance? Most likely, most logical. Whoever the guy she was with, her and that person got in a fight, and he was out of his mind when he was chasing her down, and he beat the crap out of her and hit her somewhere. That's my guess. Because who is this person? They never came forward to say, yeah, I was with her. When we got in the car accident, we both went our separate ways. I don't know what happened to her. But that's what I'm thinking. Like there was some kind of a tiff between the two of them because grandma said that they were arguing. And so if there was some kind of a, argument while they were driving and that caused him to go off the road and she was grabbing her crap and she left her phone. She took off because he was probably hurting. Like that is my rabbit hole total guess. And when she was calling for help, he got her, dragged her back, did something to her, hurt her so badly that she died. And then he freaked, hit her and left. That's all I can go. Because it took them until the 8th to actually realize she was missing. They didn't realize she was missing that night. So yeah, right. Moonlight view. Karma is not a reciprocal punishment. Correct. So, oh, I see. Okay. But yeah, she did, we can. Have you actually spoke to anyone involved, heard any of the stories from the beginning? Nope. Have not. We're just a YouTube channel following a true crime podcast and having a discussion about it. If any people that know the situation have inserted themselves into my channel, that's great because they can help us understand. But I am not that kind. I'm not I don't do that. That gets messy. Like look at the Summer Wells case. There's all these YouTubers that go after the family and start calling them out and blaming people. And I don't do that. I just do a discussion based on true crime that we're interested in following and hoping that there's a solution for and justice is served. That's the way. That I'm not getting on my airplane and going to Michigan, and I'm not a podcaster that goes and does that. I just tell a story and try to get awareness. That's it. So if anybody wants to speak to me, like I said, message me, email me, but I'm not reaching out. I'm not trying to get a hold of anybody. Anybody's welcome to come on here and talk, but I am not going to, go digging like that. I'm just telling the story from what I'm hearing. So straighten me out all you want, right? Does that make sense? All right. Well, I don't know if M's going to make it. You know what? We can try. M, if you're listening, I don't know where you went, but if you're listening, if you want to come on, I can schedule it for Monday night if you're free, and you can come on and talk to us. And, anybody that knows something to do with the case that wants to talk to us kindly and professionally, more than welcome. So I think we should end because she didn't somehow there must be a glitch and she's not able to get in here, but she's more than welcome to come in next time. And we will keep following this case. I'm going to go listen right now to more and then post my podcast, Afterglow. And again, I've talked to, when I went to Lori Vallow trial, I said hello and introduced myself to people involved in the case. I have spoken to them, but I don't get into their business and into their lives. I'm supportive from afar. And so that's it. So anyway, anybody have anything else they want to add? I always put Donna in timeout. I'm kind of getting the feeling that Donna might be Ashley. She's getting me the Ashley vibe. And so that's all I'm going to say. Right. I'm getting the sense that Donna's might be Ashley or very close to Ashley because she's very defensive. Very defensive. She is not Ashley. Okay. Well, but she's attacking me. All I'm doing is talking about the case. So that's it. All right. Anyway, I'm over it. That's not the kind of channel I have, and we don't do arguing in this, and that stirred up a lot of crap. But I am here to follow this case and hope that Brittany and her family get justice. And that's the bottom line. and I am going to go now. So everybody, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. If you're new, please subscribe, and we can have a nice, happy, friendly discussion at another time. And yes, thank you, Em, for trying. And if you would like to come on, you're more than welcome. Just let me know and we will schedule it. leftundoneofficial@gmail.com. Okay. Bye, everybody. Stay safe and stay well. Okay. And I'll see you soon.